if you find yourself working really hard on healing, but problems just keep popping up and you keep trying to solve things, this could be the reason. I am Pauline and I am so happy you are here, because the hero solve is one of those little hidden things in the fearful avoidant attachment style that could actually make your healing journey a lot harder and a lot more difficult and make it take longer than it has to, because your beliefs have such a big impact on how you heal, how easy and how fast it is to heal. So if you believe you have to work hard, you won't allow yourself to let it be easy and let it go fast. You have to kind of keep working on it really hard. So changing your beliefs about healing and how the healing journey is allowed to go makes such a big impact. Because it might be that you keep solving the problem because you're good at that. You keep solving the next problem and you're really happy when you've kind of solved it. And solving the problem could be anything. It could be relational, it could be an external factor in your life. Like, when this situation is resolved, when I've solved this specific problem, like I'm not in love enough with my partner, or I'm that's what it used to be for me when I was in a crash state, but you may already be past that. Or if I change this one external factor, my job, my house, my whatever, then I'll be happy. And you work really hard at that and you solve it, and then there's this moment of relief, and then a new problem pops up. And you're like, oh, but this isn't right either yet, so this has to be right, and then I'll be okay, then I'll be healed, then I'll be safe. And before you know it, you're on this kind of like hamster wheel, and there's a new problem that pops up every single time. And whereas in the beginning you felt like you just had to solve this problem, after a while during the healing journey, it feels like that finish line is just getting pushed back and back and back. And you start to have this feeling that you're losing control, right? Where, when is it going to stop? When am I actually going to feel better? When am I actually going to feel good? When am I actually going to be healed? If you keep, because it's so tempting to keep working on the problem that's right in front of you, that you see that is missing from your relationship or that is not right in your life, and solve that, and then hope and think and want that to be the problem that solves everything. It makes so much sense. But when you keep doing that, you're actually working like it, you're kind of working on a surface level instead of going to the deeper roots that actually drive that behavior and that pattern of you wanting to hero solve. So what is the hero solve? I'm going to explain that. Stay with me for a minute. What happens when you've healed? You feel good, right? You feel calm. You feel safe. You will finally allow love in. But what if you believe that you're not worthy of all of those things? What if your fear brain isn't quite sure that you deserve that? And also, it's all new. So what's going to happen then? Isn't there something that can happen that you don't see coming? But when you believe you're not worthy of it and you don't really deserve it, you will find a way to earn it and to prove it that you are. And one way to do that is by the hero solve. And that means I have to solve this before I can allow that in. And that usually means I kind of have to be perfect before I allow anything else in, which is just pushing back all of those, like postponing all of the good things that you could be experiencing now that you're completely worthy of and you so absolutely deserve. You're just not letting yourself do that yet. So this pattern is so important to tackle because it can actually get kind of like worse during your healing journey, because you get stronger during your healing journey, and then you create bigger challenges to prove, because the hero solve means that only a hero is worthy of all these big good things. And so what you're trying to do is to be a hero, a superhuman, whereas you only really need to be a human, a messy human, to have all those good things and to feel good and to be healed. There's absolutely no need to be a hero and to be superhuman and to take responsibility for everything and everyone and solve everything and everyone's problems just because you can. Because you can. One of the reasons that you have the hero solve pattern is because your brain is so incredibly powerful. You are a master at pattern recognition, at analyzing, at taking perspective. You have really well developed problem solving skills that will so serve you for the rest of your life. But right now, they are driven by fear. And what we want is for them to be driven by calm and by love. So, not needing to solve anything to be safe, by proving that you're worthy of being safe, of all the good things. So you are good at this, which also kind of creates this dopamine hit, which can be addictive. Every time you've solved a problem, you're like, it just creates this hormonal cocktail that feels good. And so that can drive that loop to perpetuate too. The hero solve is one of the deep nervous system patterns. If you haven't seen that video, I think it's the last one before this, watch it, because the deep nervous system patterns are designed to keep your nervous system in a hypervigilant state. And the hero solve is one of those too. Because as long as you're in a fear-driven state of problem solving, your nervous system is in a hypervigilant state. It is in fight or flight mode, wanting to fix this because otherwise everything will go wrong. You probably know all the doom thinking that your fear brain can do around this. When it's not solved, I will be unhappy forever. None of that is true, by the way. And one of the things that really helped me in this and opened my eyes was that I thought I had to solve all the problems in my relationship, in my marriage, or in my relationship. That's when I wasn't married yet, when I was struggling with this the most, for it to be good and to make sure that we would stay together forever. And then I heard John Gottman say every couple on average has 5 problems they never solve. Happy couples. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So not all problems need to be solved? What? So it definitely isn't necessary to solve the problem, but this pattern is designed to keep your nervous system in a hypervigilant state. And when you don't know that, you just take these problems very seriously. And you work on the problem and on the next problem and on the next problem, and you never work on what drives it. When you do, all of a sudden those problems either don't seem like problems anymore, or they just kind of vanish. It is magical to see that problems can actually resolve themselves, or you see a very simple solution, a very simple possibility to solve it or to resolve it. And you get out of this loop of having to like work towards a climax of resolving this, having this relief, and then a new problem popping up. So you will have freedom of time, freedom of choosing what to work on, because that enormously powerful, beautiful brain of yours can create worlds. It can create so much. And just imagine what would happen when you don't spend all of that energy on solving problems that are not really the problems that are keeping you stuck in this state, but they are actually kind of a pattern that just has a different function. And you could take all of that energy and time that you put into that and you put it into creating whatever you want, creating a life of freedom, of love, of abundance in whatever way. That's what your brain is so capable of. You've been training it so hard. um, you're not even aware of the power that you have in that. We just get you out of the fear driven state and get you into the calm state. And you will amaze yourself. You will amaze yourself. All right. I'm recording this video like in advance. I might actually do something around this. This is going to be very mysterious. If I'm going to create something around this, you will find a link in the description below. Go see. I don't even know right now. But go see if there's something there. Let me know in the comments below whether you recognize this hero solve pattern. And as always, I am so incredibly happy you are here, and I will see you in the next one. Healed and Happy is a tailor-made online program where me and my team personally guide you through healing the roots of the fearful avoidant attachment style.